Hey guys, I am Carrie and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about special needs and using essential oils to help our kids as they go back to school. So, if you're like me and you're a special needs mom, first of all, I applaud you for being in this class because um, if you're like me, a lot of times when we hear things like back to school or some kind of a play date thing, we tend to run the other way because our kids are different and we think that maybe it won't apply to them. Now, with essential oils, it's the complete opposite. In my opinion, our kids need it that much more. And so I just wanted to tell you a little bit what I do with my boys. Now, Kathy asked me to have my kids on the video, but this is the end of summer and they're crazy. So this is what you're going to get. This is my 9-year-old Noah and his brother Evan, who is 7. And they're both very different, both diagnosed with autism. Noah has OCD as well, and Evan is my little ADD boy. Very, very intelligent. They both are. Specifically, Evan is above grade level, but it's hard to get it out of him when he can't focus. So just a little briefly what I do with both of my boys every morning before school. And I know some of these are going to be touched on during the class or have been already, but just to let you know some of the things that we do. On Guard is a must, especially with special needs kids. Our children tend to have weaker immune systems. So very important that I'm doing whatever I can to help boost that a little bit. For my little Evan, I use the Intune Focus Blend to really help him so that he can concentrate better at school. And Balance. So Balance is one of our mood oils. It's a grounding blend. What it does for Evan is it really helps to deal with sensory overload and just helps him to come back down and not be so overwhelmed by what's going on around him. So these two, Intune and Balance, working together really help him to focus, calm down, and be able to get the most out of his education. So that is his magic blend. Now for Noah, who deals a lot with compulsions and rigidity and problems with routine changes, our magic oil is bergamot. This is probably one that won't be discussed otherwise tonight, but bergamot really helps him calm those obsessions and not be quite as compulsive. This is something I have other special needs mamas that might be on the class right now swear by this when their kids are having meltdowns. If it's triggered by something like that, where they're feeling that compulsive tendency that they want to do something, but it's unsafe and maybe you're stopping them, and whatever the case may be, bergamot is really good for just calming that down. And then these two, I guess I'll go to these two. So these two I put on both of the boys. Frankincense, first of all, amazing, passes the blood-brain barrier, really helps to support neurological health and inflammation. And I can't say enough about frankincense. Now, DDR Prime, frankincense is within this blend, but DDR Prime also has wild orange and lemongrass, thyme. My eyes. Okay, I'm running out of sun here. Summer savory, clove, and Neoli. It is the cellular complex. So this is amazing for everyone, and I actually take them in soft gels for myself. But for special needs kids, I think this is imperative. We're talking about cellular health, and we might not know exactly what's going on within our children because it's such a complex issue when you're dealing with different special needs. But we know something's not working. Something in their cells is just not firing correctly. Whatever the case may be, DDR Prime is going to help to get things to just work better within the system. Very, very important. This is one of the first oils I started with and saw great changes right off the bat. Just happier, better communication. Really, really good. Got reports from school within a couple of days about the changes that they were seeing, and they didn't know I was using it. So those are my two, like frankincense, DDR Prime, right away. Another one that they talked about at convention last year that I'm just starting to try, and I'm really curious about seeing the results, is Pettigreen. Um, they mentioned at convention that Pettigreen works to help the body to produce GABA. And GABA is a neurotransmitter, and it's something that actually our boys' doctor was talking to us about and trying to work with supplementing. So this would be really good for helping to get those neurotransmitters firing. And last but not least, I just wanted to. My little stickers are falling off my bottle. But this was I do a roller blend of the oils that I use on both boys because in the morning it would take a really long time to do all of these layered. So if I make a roller ball, it's much faster, and I just put everything in here that I use on both of them, and then I do their individual stuff separately. So in here I have frankincense and DDR, and then I also have vetiver, which I don't have it out here. Vetiver is really good for focus as well as calming. Patchouli, which is good for obsessions, and sandalwood, which is good for compulsions. So kind of hitting it on both sides there. And then I layer the other ones on. So I think I was trying to go quickly, but I think that's all I have. If you have any questions, feel free to message me, and enjoy the rest of the class.